Hello and welcome to episode number 89 of WITM, where after his first week off following his loss of his Cruiserweight championship to Oni Lorcan in a shocking moment, Andrew returns to 205 Live and he's going to, as the W Hardcore Cruisers are going to rekindle their rivalry with hashtag DIY, and now it means more than ever with both teams being part of the NXT Tag Team Division. That match will count for both teams in the NXT Tag Team rankings. So let's get this 205 Live started. We start off with a promo from Andre Almas. And this is the edit screen, that's right, not the start screen. So we are probably, I don't think I skipped the intro off screen, so we are going to have to probably watch the intro package. So let's go ahead and do that.
Cause I can turn and run, but there's more that I can do. Now this is war, now this is war. No, I won't stop now, I'm the fire breaking through. Now this is war, now this is war. Cause as long as we still got a reason to hold on, we won't stop believing. War patrol, bring the fight right back to you. Now this is war, now this is war. The days it's been since we began to build from the ground up, never look down. Now we wound up above all them and they couldn't keep us from changing the hand that we've been dealt. But undoubtedly, I look around and see we grow stronger than they can tell. Cause I can turn and run, but there's more that I can do. Now this is war, now this is war. No, I won't stop now, I'm the fire breaking through. Now this is war, now this is war. Cause as long as we still got a reason to hold on.
We have one of our breakout talents in a match that is sure to not disappoint.
Alright, so let's get this edition of 205 Live started. We start off with Hideo Itami taking on Lince Dorado, and it's going to be a victory for Lince Dorado. The new Cruiserweight champion, Oni Lorcan, defeats Neville in non-title action. Akira Tozawa defeats Kalisto and Andre Almas. Aria Daivari defeats Jack Gallagher, and along with TJ Perkins and Rich Swann. Brian Kendrick defeats the NXT champion Noam Dar, and of course non-title action, but that would just be good for one ranking since this is for the counts towards the Cruiserweight Championship rankings and not the NXT Championship rankings. And now here we go with our episode, I believe it's 89, yes, 89 action. It's going to be the real-life NXT Tag Team Champions, hashtag DIY, taking on the AA Hardcore Cruisers, 2 sets of Cruiserweight tag teams, but this match will count towards the NXT Tag Team Championship rankings since 205 Live does not have a Cruiserweight division of their very own. Or a Cruiserweight tag division of their very own, So, hashtag DIY versus AA Hardcore Cruisers, 2 of the best tag teams on NXT, looking to climb up the NXT Tag Team Championship rankings. Here we go.
When we return, it's a battle where the participants will need to know where they are at all times. We have a team led by a real fan favorite in a match for the record books. Gonna be epic.
Cause I can turn and run, but there's more that I can do. Now this is war, now this is war. No, I won't stop now, I'm the fire breaking through. Now this is war, now this is war. Cause as long as we still got a reason to hold on, we won't stop believing. War pain trolls bring the fight right back to you. Now this is war, now this is war. The days it's been since we began to build from the ground up, never look down. Now we wound up above all them, and they couldn't keep us from changing the hand that we've been dealt. But undoubtedly, like around the sea, we grow stronger than they can tell. Cause I can turn and run, but there's more that I can do. Now this is war, now this is war. No, I won't stop now, I'm the fire breaking through. Now this is war, now this is war. Cause as long as we still got a reason to hold on, we won't stop believing. War pain trolls bring the fight right back to you. Now this is war, now this is war.
Alright, so let's get this match underway. We're going to start off with Johnny Gargano representing hashtag DIY versus Andrew representing the WWE Hardcore Cruisers. Andrew making his first appearance on 205 Live since shockingly losing his Cruiserweight Championship to Oni Lorcan, ending his chance to become a Cruiserweight champion for 1 year and become the longest reigning Cruiserweight champion in WWE history.
The last time he executed that maneuver.
Reversal by Gargano. Another reversal by Gargano. These two teams, who have been feuding since the very beginning of WITM Season 3, have had some great tag team matches in the past. This one the most important, as both teams now members of NXT's tag team division. For
the human body can only absorb so much of that. Here's a cover.
For hashtag DIY, the NXT Tag Team Championships could be their opportunity to get to the main roster if they wish to forfeit their 205 Live eligibility to do so. For the WWE Hardcore Cruisers, they are more than happy to stay in NXT. They've already both stated they will not forfeit their 205 Live eligibility for any reason. And so they want to be NXT Tag Team Champions. Clothesline and Bulldog by Andrew. Austin Aries fires up the 205 Live universe. Axe handle off the middle rope by Andrew. Now he'll tag in AA Austin Aries, who will finally have an official model a few days from now. I don't remember the exact date. I believe it is the 19th. The Future Stars DLC pack will be released. That will include an official model, the first ever in WWE Games history, of Austin Aries. I am very excited about that, though this is a very, very good car, combined with the car maker's body and face for Aries and my attire.
I don't like the look in his eye here, folks. I don't like his entire face.
I'm excited to have an official Austin Aries with an actual Titantron and lighting and side trons and all that. An actual entrance.
He's not looking like himself here. This tag team match can get out of hand quickly if he doesn't
Low chop blocked by Aries, and now he'll tag in Andrew.
Maybe he's not as tough as I thought he was.
Well, it's hard to argue that, but I'd say this one could go either way.
Gargano with a takedown, drags Andrew center ring, goes for cover.
He's got plenty of gas left in his
And Andrew powers out at 1.5. Drop kick by Gargano to the back of Andrew.
Dangerously close to getting out of control for him.
Don't count him out yet, Michael. I'd be shocked if this is the end of the
Forces
road
Andrew in
for
the
him.
corner.
You know, Michael, few superstars respect this industry as much as this guy. It's pretty impressive.
Gargano makes the tag into Ciampa with a punch.
The double team.
And then
They can end it here. What now?
Ciampa immediately goes for the cover. Andrew powers out at 2. Stomp to the arm of Andrew. Kick to the back of Andrew. Andrew rolls out of the way to evade the stomp. Irish whip into the corner.
He was able to reverse that.
Reversal by Andrew, who takes some time to fire up the 205 Live faithful.
When this guy's on, look out.
Bulldog by Andrew. Irish whip in the corner. Face buster connects.
Whoa! Yeah, this guy is amazing.
Forces Ciampa to his feet.
Oh, this isn't good.
Low knee bar locked in.
What's he gonna do?
This move has forced Ciampa and Gargano to tap before. Will it do so again? No, Ciampa powers out, or rather breaks the hold. Irish whip into the corner. Andrew reverses. Reversal by Ciampa. Reversal by Andrew. Andrew's thinking flatline. It connects. Is this going to lead to a Hardcore Cruiser victory? No, Andrew elects not to go for the cover. Now he will do so.
We got it covered.
But it's too close to the hashtag DIY corner,
I don't
and
know how much more damage he can take.
Gargano
Look at
easily
those eyes. Oh, yeah, this could
breaks
be
up the
big.
cover. Andrew to the apron. Connects with the springboard
That stop might
elbow.
only lasted a second, but it's going to be felt tomorrow.
That may be felt for a lifetime.
And tags in
This
Austin
match
Aries.
has taken so much out of this guy. He's not going to give up. But, man, this has been physical.
I don't know if we've seen
Stomp
that
to the
from him
ankle.
before. I mean, it's definitely
Another
a first
stomp.
tonight.
This is great. This guy will try anything.
Forces Ciampa to his feet. Roush up into the corner. Into the other corner.
He's certainly showing us something new from his repertoire.
That's cool. I like new stuff. He was one step ahead on that one.
Reversal by Ciampa.
He's showing no signs of letting up. And he touches
Ciampa was
that
thinking
one.
power bomb.
There's the
Aries
cover.
reverses
Can he
it
do it?
into a cover. But before the referee can even start the count, Gargano is there to break up the cover.
Complete with a big stop.
Man, these guys are throwing bombs.
Aries
They're
thinking
going
last
down.
chancery. It's
What a
locked in.
submission this is.
Center
We might see a
ring.
tap out right here.
But Ciampa is able
Escapes the
to
hold.
turn himself over and break the
There's the
hold.
tag.
And tags in Gargano. But not before a variation of the code breaker to Aries.
He's on the
Stomp to
defensive
the
here.
elbow.
He's still got plenty of gas left in his tank, though.
Look at this guy. He's better than what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, but despite that, he still appears
Gargano
to be in the
misses
driver's seat.
with the springboard.
Whoa! Don't get up.
And Aries is thinking
When
brainbuster.
this guy's on,
And that was
But
a huge counter.
Gargano sees it coming and reverses. Huge clothesline.
Just look at
Ciampa
this. You
on
can
the
see
apron
results
firing
from
up
that
the
move.
WWE Universe. Aries reverses. Goes for cover. Is this going to be a hardcore cruiser's victory? No. Gargano is going to power out almost
just
instantly.
to the side of that one.
Gargano avoids the roundhouse.
He's struggling a bit here. His hopes of winning this
Slam
tag
by
team match are starting to
Gargano.
dwindle.
I completely
Elbow
agree.
drop to the
And
leg.
him right now, I'm starting to get a little concerned. I've told
Elbow
you this
drop
over
to the
and over
body.
Again, Michael. Every WWE superstar knows that you have
Stomp
to
to
be
the arm.
aggressive in order to be successful. But this competitor really takes it to a whole new
Aries
level.
reverses.
And the ref
Tags
sees
in
the tag.
Andrew. Andrew gets behind Gargano and catches the leg. And now attacks the
Call your
ankle.
friends, let them know what's going on right now.
Goes for cover. Center ring. Is this going to be a hardcore cruiser's victory? No. Gargano powers out at 2.
WWE locker room here.
Andrew thinking ground elbow strikes, but Gargano is able to turn himself over and reverse to get back to his feet. Slapped by Gargano. Looking for that huge clothesline, but Andrew evades it, sends Gargano flying into the corner, and now hits the snake eyes.
This tag team match
He's
is
thinking
dangerously
flatline for
close
the second
to
time in
getting
this
out of
match.
control for him.
If this connects, it could lead to a hardcore cruiser's victory. And it does. Andrew will instantly go for the cover now. And very nearly a hardcore cruiser's victory. Gargano powers out just in the nick of time. Andrew to the middle rope. Fires up the WWE Universe. And he wants Gargano on his feet.
Oh, and he eats the canvas.
Barely misses with the splash. Gargano is able to simply just step off to the side.
That was wild indeed. Good thing we're over here. He's
Reversal
pulling
by
out all the
Gargano.
stops tonight.
Misses with the clothesline. Roush up in the corner by Andrew.
He anticipated
Gargano
that move
reverses.
perfectly.
Gargano to the middle rope.
And now it could be
Comes
over
off the
here.
ropes
Yeah, maybe.
into a cover. And Andrew powers out at 2.
Hey, he's going for it
Again misses with that huge clothesline.
Well, it certainly wasn't due to a lack of.
Goes flying into the ropes. Andrew gets behind Gargano, catches a leg,
Completely agree.
and
Those
attacks
things
the
are waiting
ankle.
there. I'd say not much longer. My
Goes
goodness,
for
the
cover.
shoulders down. This could be it. Count, ref, count. Few
And
superstars are as
Gargano
dominant
powers out
as
at
this
2.
guy.
Andrew again looking for the ground elbow strikes, and again Gargano is able to reverse it.
That move at this juncture of the match makes the
Spinning
intention
roundhouse.
unmistakable to be lit.
Gargano desperate to hit that huge clothesline. I believe that's a signature finish for him. But Andrew sees it coming every time. And now Andrew looking to make a huge statement. He is still a dominant force on 205 Live. Drop kick to the face of Gargano from outside the ring. Gargano is able to reverse. Slapped by Gargano.
He seems to use it often enough.
A variation of Aries finishing with the Brainbuster, saying a message to the Hardcore Cruisers. Is Andrew going to be beat with Aries finishing move? No, Andrew powers out at 2.
And he gets out of the way.
Reversal by Andrew.
This is what makes him one of the
Reversal
best
by
in the
Gargano.
business. He was able to
Reversal by
reverse that.
Andrew.
I can't tell if that's a cut or a
And the
broken
DDT
nose
is going
by
to bust
the
open
referee.
Johnny
The referee might
Gargano.
need to stop this fight.
Aries trying to fire up the WWE Universe here. Andrew going into mounted punches, opening up the wound of Johnny Gargano. Outstrip in the corner.
Oh,
Reversal by
Few
Gargano.
superstars are as dominant as this guy.
Andrew sidesteps
Narrowly
the
avoids attack there.
clothesline. DDT by Andrew. Sends Gargano, who is heavily bleeding now, into the Hardcore Cruisers corner. And
I've seen that
super
coming
kick
before.
party.
It's definitely a first tonight.
This is great. This guy will try anything. He drops the elbow.
Elbow drop to the leg.
Boy, he was able to reverse it and get out of that.
Reversal by Gargano. Reversal by Aries.
Look at this man. He's all business.
And that
Gargano with the
fight has to be
DDT,
lost
trying to
here
fire
now.
up the WWE Universe.
And now he goes for
Stomp
it a
to the
second
back.
time.
What a move.
Will hit that
And
huge
it's a
clothesline on
now.
Austin Aries. Stomp to the back.
The fight's being
Elbow
brought
drop.
right to him.
No kidding. This is tough. He saw that one
Reversal
coming.
by Aries. Goes for cover.
Shoulders down. This could be it.
Count, Roush, count.
Very nearly a Hardcore Cruisers victory. But Gargano powers out at 2.5. Andrew working the bloodied head of
Folks, if you
Gargano.
want to learn about Raw's most tumultuous period,
Reversal
be
by
sure to check out
Gargano.
the Monday Night
Really
Raw.
surprised that Gargano's not tagged in his much healthier partner,
That's gotta hurt.
Tommaso Ciampa.
Stay down.
That
Stay
may cost
down.
DIY this match, as Aries is thinking Brainbuster. And it's going to connect.
I can't believe
Goes for
everything
cover,
that's
center
else is gonna
ring.
be it.
It's it. It's over. He's pulling out all the
And
stops
still,
tonight.
Gargano fights on. You have to give DIY full credit. Whenever we've been here in WITM Season 3, they take a very heavy beating by the hands of the WWE Hardcore Cruisers, but it takes an awful lot to keep
Opponent's in real bad shape.
Gargano and Ciampa down, and we're seeing it again in this match.
Wait a minute. They call this
Gargano
good.
with the
It's
cover,
over.
center ring,
2.
and very nearly a DIY victory,
That stop
but
by
Aries
only
powers out
lasted
just
a
in nick
second,
of
but it's gonna
time.
be
Both
felt
members of
tomorrow.
DIY in the
Maybe
ring
for a
now,
lifetime.
and
Obviously
Ciampa
putting
finally
a lot of
returns to
stock
the
in that
apron.
maneuver.
Well, you gotta admit, it's working.
Gargano stomps away at the shoulders of Aries. Outstrip into the corner. Aries hangs on the ropes. Very nice springboard enziguri by Gargano, and now finally with Aries outside the ring, he will tag in his much fresher partner, Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa goes to the apron.
Perhaps looking to take the action to the
Gargano
outside
stomping
here.
away at Aries. It's a double team assault.
Right before your very eyes.
Ciampa using outside the ring to equalize this match in DIY's favor. Enziguri by Ciampa with Gargano holding Aries. Are they going to try to win this match by countout? It looks like that's the plan.
He anticipated that move perfectly.
That strike hit the spot. There's no way he could have avoided that blow. It looks like
Aries outstrips Ciampa to the corner, and Gargano strikes away at him.
A few more seconds, and this could end in a countout.
Aries hits a variation of a brainbuster, but can he get back in the ring in time?
Somehow, he's kicked it into another
Gargano's in the ring, turns it into Ciampa. Aries is in the ring. Ciampa gets back in the ring just in time. This match continues. Ciampa, I believe, is the legal man for DIY. Aries, the legal man for the Hardcore Cruisers. Suplex by Ciampa into a cover. Is this going to lead to a DIY victory? Gargano forces Andrew off the apron, but this match continues. Aries powers out at 2.
I'm not sure he can get back to his feet.
Well, we have another match of the year candidate at hand here, following that incredible Serena and Ember Moon match 1 episode ago. Here's another match of the year candidate.
He anticipated that move perfectly.
Hashtag DIY and the AA Hardcore Cruisers also will surely be a
This could do it. Maybe it.
rivalry of the year candidates as well.
Woo, a little showboating going on here.
Aries getting fired up here, trying to fire up the WWE Universe as well. He's thinking brainbuster.
That's it. What a
Goes for
finishing
cover.
maneuver.
Is this going to lead to a Hardcore Cruisers victory? Andrew takes care of Gargano. Aries takes care of Ciampa. It's a AA Hardcore Cruisers victory. Alright, so I see Andrew's back to rotating. That'll be a blooper of the year candidate. And if you wonder why I keep referring to of the year candidate and stuff like that, it's because Andrew and I have agreed that a new feature coming to WITM here in Season 3 is following at the end of this calendar year, not the real life calendar year, the universe calendar year. So it'll be following the month of December, where I believe SmackDown has the TLC pay-per-view and Raw has the Roadblock pay-per-view, and I believe there's an NXT special in there in that month as well. We will have, for the first time in WITM, the WITM Slammy Awards, featuring several categories that the WITM audience will vote on. So the voters as of right now will be myself, Andrew, Serena, Gerald, and Mrs. Jenkins. The only rule will be you cannot vote for a match featuring a singles match featuring your character. If it's a tag team match featuring your character and another WITM member, you can vote for it. For example, I can vote for a match featuring the Purity Society, as can Andrew, but Andrew cannot vote for himself or a AA Hardcore Cruisers match, since it does not feature another member of WITM's roster. We'll have more details on that later, but there are going to be several categories, including the biggest, most prestigious awards being Match of the Year and Superstar of the Year. So, should be pretty interesting. I am excited to bring you the Slammies, which will feature highlights of everything that's happened this calendar year. It will feature the Road to WrestleMania of WITM Season 2, since that is considered part of this calendar year, January, February, March. And then everything that's happened in Season 3 up to the end of this universe's calendar year, which I believe we are in 2018 right now in the universe. Alright, so that does it for that edition of 205 Live, which means it is time for a rankings update. I will do that on stream since we're getting close to the next pay-per-views. So let's do our rankings update before we reveal the card for Raw and see if Serena will be on Raw. Otherwise, we will send that and go to SmackDown and see if Corey will be in action. Alright, so on Raw, starting off with the Raw women. Asuka and the one women's match for Raw this week. Asuka defeated Liv Morgan. So, unfortunately for Serena, who was not in action on Raw, she moves down to number 2 contender. Asuka moves up to number 1. And Liv Morgan falls to 7. And that was it for Raw women's action. In tag action, wrong one there. The Hype Bros defeated Enzo and Cass. In non-title action, Hype Bros are champions. Enzo and Cass remain at the bottom at number 5. The Wyatt family, represented by Eric Rowan and Luke Harper, defeated Gallows and Anderson. So they will swap spots. Wyatt family to 3, Gallows and Anderson to 4. And that does it for the Raw tag team action. In singles action, Murphy, who with Blake and Murphy just splitting up a few months ago in real life, I finally just learned of that. They are now singles wrestlers, and Murphy picks up a victory over Apollo Crews and Darren Young. He'll move up to 11. Apollo Crews falls to 14, and Darren Young falls to 17. Bray Wyatt defeated Curtis Axel. Axel remains at the very bottom of the U.S. Championship rankings. Wyatt is in the Universal Championship rankings. And he remains the number 1 contender, even though it doesn't really matter right now because likely all 6 men will be in a match to determine the new Universal Championship that is currently vacant. And did I update the Kurt Hawkins, Braun Strowman? No, it looks like I did not. Kurt Hawkins defeated Braun Strowman. Kurt Hawkins remains number 1 contender, and Braun Strowman falls to number 19. And then Dean Ambrose defeated John Cena. Cena falls to 6 in the U.S. title rankings. Ambrose is U.S. champion. And Cena falls to 4 in the Universal title rankings. Ambrose is the placeholder Universal champion. That is not official. Universal Championship is vacant. And we will crown a new Universal Champion at Clash of Champions, where I will give all 6 men involved in the Raw main event see an opportunity to become Universal Champion in a 6-man match. Alright, so that does it for Raw. Moving on to SmackDown Live. Starting with the SmackDown women. Eva Marie defeated Alexa Bliss. Eva Marie is SmackDown Women's Champion. Alexa Bliss falls to the bottom of the rankings at number 7 in the demotion danger zone. So not doing nearly as good in WITM as she is in real life, where she is actually the SmackDown Women's Champion. Also, Aaliyah defeated Alicia Fox. Aaliyah moves up to 2. Alicia Fox will actually be at 7 because she lost as well. So Alexa Bliss getting a little bit of a break. She'll remain at number 6. Cesaro and Sheamus defeat the Shining Stars. Cesaro and Sheamus are champions, and the Shining Stars fall to 4, with American Alpha moving up to 3. And that does it for SmackDown Tag Team action. And in singles action, Roman Reigns defeated the Big Show. Reigns moves up to 6. Big Show falls to 10. And I believe Reigns is in the WWE Championship rankings as well. He is. So he moves up to 5. Randy Orton defeated Sami Zayn. Orton is WWE Champion. And somewhere here's the Intercontinental title. Zayn falls to number 4. And you can see Corey sitting there at number 5, who was supposed to be in action against Finn Balor. But because Roman Reigns attacked Finn Balor during his entrance, that match was a no contest. And so it looks like Corey's hopes of getting a WWE Championship match or an Intercontinental Championship match at Backlash is gone, unless the game decides to book like a 6-man match or something. So likely we are not going to have any WITM action at Backlash, unless Corey is booked in a non-title match. And that does it for the SmackDown rankings. On NXT, starting with the NXT women in a classic, Ember Moon defeated Serena. That will be good for the number 1 contendership for Ember Moon. And that does it for NXT women's action. NXT Tag Team action, Breezango defeated #DIY. They move up to 2. DIY falls to 5. The Authors of Pain defeat the Bollywood Boys. They are champions. Bollywood Boys fall to 5. You can see the WWE Hardcore Cruisers are currently the number 1 contenders to the NXT Tag titles. They remain there following their win against DIY on 205 Live. That does it for NXT Tag Team action. In the NXT Championship rankings, Bobby Roode defeats Ho Ho Loon. Roode up to 9. Loon down to 12. Sawyer Fulton defeated Ty Dillinger. Fulton up to 18. Dillinger falls to 25. Cedric Alexander defeated TJ Perkins and Eric Young. Alexander up to 25. Perkins down to 15. Young down to 17. Noam Dar defeated Grand Metalik. Dar's champion, and Metalik falls to 24. And that does it for the NXT rankings. You can see there, Andrew is the number 3 contender currently to the NXT Championship. So there is a possibility Andrew could get himself an NXT Championship match at the next NXT TakeOver, which I believe is about 2 months away in December. That, of course, would require him to actually get booked in NXT singles matches, which has not happened yet. Now we move on to the main event, starting with the Raw portion of main event. The Shining Stars defeated the Golden Truth. That's the SmackDown portion. Alright, on Raw, the Hype Bros defeated Gallows and Anderson. So, Hype Bros are champions. Gallows and Anderson fall at the bottom to number 5. And then in singles action, in the U.S. title rankings, Rusev defeated Baron Corbin and Curtis Axel. Rusev moves up to 7. Corbin falls to 13. And Axel remains at the bottom at number 21 in the demotion danger zone. Dolph Ziggler defeated Darren Young. Ziggler moves up to 14. Young falls to 18. And that does it for the Raw main event rankings. On SmackDown's portion of main event, the Shining Stars defeat the Golden Truth. Shining Stars up to 3. Golden Truth fall to 6. And then in the Intercontinental title rankings, Kane defeated Jinder Mahal. Kane moves up to 2. Mahal falls to 10. Sami Zayn defeated Mark Henry. Zayn moves up to 3. And Henry's in the WWE Championship rankings. He falls to 8, which means some good news for Corey. He is by one spot out of the demotion danger zone. If he can remain at least at number 8 and not 9 following Backlash, he will stay in the WWE Championship picture. Now moving on to 205 Live. Starting with tag action. The WWE Hardcore Cruisers feed hashtag DIY. The Hardcore Cruisers remain in the number 1 contendership. In DIY falls to number 5, and that was it for tag team action. In singles action, in the Cruiserweight Championship rankings, Lince Dorado defeated Hideo Itami. Dorado moves up to 5. Itami is somewhere on here. He falls to 18. Oni Lorcan defeated Neville. Lorcan is champion. And Neville falls to 20. Akira Tozawa defeated Kalisto and Andre Almas. Tozawa moves up to 7. Kalisto falls to 14. And Almas falls to 20. Ariya Daivari defeated Jack Gallagher, TJ Perkins, and Rich Swann. Daivari moves up to 3, which unfortunately means Andrew moves down to 4 because he did not wrestle a singles match this week. Jack Gallagher falls to 3. Perkins is 14. Kalisto lost as well, though, so Kalisto's going to fall to 15. Perkins 14. Actually, I believe Kalisto was above Perkins, so we'll switch that up. Kalisto to 14. Perkins to 15. Swan falls to 18. Brian Kendrick defeated Noam Dar. Kendrick moves up to 8. Dar falls to 2, which means Ariya Daivari is currently the number 1 contender for the Cruiserweight title. And that's it for Cruiserweight action. So that does it for our rankings update at the end of this week. And now we can take a look at our Raw card and see if Serena will be in action. As you can see, we are 6 days away from Backlash. We will likely not have any WITM action on that card. It is very unlikely Corey is going to get booked. But let's take a look at this Raw card. We have Liv Morgan. We have a promo from Braun Strowman. Liv Morgan versus Paige. Curtis Axel versus Braun Strowman. Apollo Crews versus The Miz. Harper and Rowan versus The New Day, represented by Kingston and Woods. The Hype Bros versus Enzo and Cass. Kurt Hawkins versus Rusev, and Dean Ambrose versus Dolph Ziggler. We do not have Raw action on this, or we will not have Raw action next episode. So let's write down these results and take a look at the SmackDown card and see if Corey will be in action. Liv Morgan defeated Paige. Braun Strowman defeated Curtis Axel. The Miz defeated Apollo Crews. The Wyatt family, represented by Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, defeated the New Day. The Hype Bros defeated Enzo and Cass. Kurt Hawkins, his unexpected role continues. He defeats Rusev, which means he will remain #1 contender. He was a man who just a couple months ago was all signs pointed to him being demoted down to NXT. Now he could be U.S. champion following Clash of Champions. Dolph Ziggler defeats Dean Ambrose. And that's going to do it for Raw. And now we can move on to SmackDown Live and see if Corey will be in action. Hopefully this time if he is booked, he will actually get his match. We have Cesaro and Sheamus taking on Beauty and the Man Beast. Alicia Fox takes on Charlotte. Eva Marie takes on Nikki Bella. We have a fatal 4-way between Kane, Roman Reigns, Mark Henry, and Jinder Mahal. And we're going to try again to have Finn Balor versus Corey here in this next episode. Is it a Falls Count Anywhere match? It is. So, Shane McMahon, Daniel Bryan trying once again to make this Finn Balor and Corey match happen. Will we actually see it this time without Roman Reigns or anybody else? Roman Reigns, AJ Styles, anybody else causing interference? We will find out in the next episode, episode number 90. Until then, this is Corey, signing off.